So ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to do one more video today, and this is pertaining to issues that I myself am experiencing with Coinbase. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. And you know, Clif about a week or two ago, I talked with him. He's like, you know, September is going to be crazy. Just all around, just going to be crazy, just madness. He mentioned that to me, and I didn't really, you know, I didn't know if he was talking about specifically cryptocurrencies or in general, and it looks like it's in general. We've had a 8-point something earthquake in Mexico. We've got 3 hurricanes going on right now. We've got, you know, solar flares. It's just crazy. And the CME probably caused the earthquake that we saw in Mexico. I'm not sure what region in Mexico, but I know you guys probably heard about that. But at any rate, it's been crazy as far as in the cryptos as well. We've had Ether Delta issues. I think that the way that they handled that situation could have been done better. Mike B kind of touched on that, so I won't go into that too much further, but you can use etherdelta.com. I did post that in the Webbot room, or you can use their old GitHub link as well. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about really quickly, and I forgot to mention this earlier, was that Coinbase is having issues as well. I'm not the only one experiencing this. I actually mentioned that I had an issue with them last weekend. During the Labor Day weekend, I tried to sell, it was actually that Friday, I believe. I tried to sell Litecoin at $96 at near the top, and it looked as though it went through. And then about 2 hours later, I get an email stating that they could not fulfill my order and that it would be reversed, and they would credit me back the Litecoin. So I tried it again, and 2 hours later, same thing. So I just stopped. I didn't even think about it for the rest of the week until a buddy of mine hit me up and was like, yo, I'm having issues with getting out of Coinbase, like selling. I'm like, oh really? I was like, that's funny, because I had an issue too, but his issue was slightly different. He couldn't actually, there was no functionality. The buttons for the buy and sell buttons on these Coinbase site were actually disabled. They were grayed out, and he was unable to sell or buy. I was like, man, that's not what that wasn't the issue I had, but I don't know what's going on. I was at least able to attempt to initiate that. So then yesterday I went by a client of mine's, went by his office to help him set up Ether Delta account, get his MetaMask installed in his Chrome browser, kind of just get him set up so that he could purchase some tokens that were not readily available on the common exchanges. I was going to get him into some PPT, and I think we were just going to roll with PPT for now. I was going to do Very, but we may still do that. But at any rate, I went over there yesterday, spent about an hour and a half there. Something that should have taken maybe 30 minutes max ended up being an hour and a half, and unsuccessful at the end of that hour and a half session. The reasoning why was because I told him to sell, well, he sold he sold Bitcoin near the top, and then he ended up buying back in around 4,500. So he bought back in, and what I was going to do was we converted into Ethereum, and we were going to send over that Ethereum to the MetaMask wallet so that he could purchase on Ether Delta. I did a test transaction to the new wallet on MetaMask just to make sure everything was mapping correctly. Did the test message or a test transaction, waited around. While that was going on, I went ahead and, bookmarked. I was just explaining stuff to him, bookmarked Ether Delta's link. Then this was before we had the whole issue this morning with Ether Delta. And time goes on, I look up, it's an hour later, and the actual transaction is still pending. Now, it wasn't pending as though there were an increase in volume as far as transactions went or goes on the Ethereum network. It wasn't that. The transaction never broadcasted to the Ethereum network. So what that tells me, or told me, was that Coinbase actually never released the transaction to the blockchain. So it was something internal with Coinbase where they were delayed. Either I don't know what architecture they use, but either they were behind and there was a queue for transactions, or something funny was going on. I'm not sure, but seeing that I was having issues last weekend, my friend was having issues this week. I talked to him this morning as well, and he's still unable to sell any of his holdings in Coinbase. So that's going on a full 7 days now that and I haven't tried again. I'm going to go back in and try and just see if I can initiate a transaction myself to sell. But I don't know what's going on. So at any rate, I had to leave. I had other things to do. I had an event to go to downtown, and I'm like, man, we're going to have to reconvene, and I'm sorry about, I don't know what's going on. So let me know. I want to know if you guys are having issues with Coinbase. I have not really looked online to see if any other people were having issues, but I know my friend who's tried this week, and then this morning said he asked another person and they were having issues with Coinbase, selling out of Coinbase. So it's interesting. I want to just get a pulse to see if anyone else is having these issues. Let me know. I would love to know. And that's it. Your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla.